I know that there are some fan questions that it'd be good to touch base on. I know that they want me to answer some questions and you to answer some questions quickly, but we'll see. I don't answer anything quickly. It's not in my nature. But I think we ought to give those a whirl. What do you say?
Yeah, for sure.
It's been so awesome talking to you. I could spend days.
Honestly, I can't believe, one, that this happened, and two, that you're so easy to talk to. God, I could just keep going. My face keeps getting red
Me
and then
too.
going out again.
Trish, yes, I do live in Kavik all year round. I have a cabin property that I call the Chinook cabin, but that is something that I work on here and there for when I retire. But I'm only approaching 60. I'm still a puppy.
So I do live about 40 kilometers outside of Yellowknife, kind of northeast. Our house itself has no road, so I guess it's a cabin, but it has no road to it, so we have to skidoo, boat, or quad from our house to the main closest highway. So that takes anywhere, depending on weather, from 5 minutes. It can be super fast if we have an ice road put in, or it can be closer to 20 if we have to take our trail because it's in really bad shape. Go ahead, Sue.
I am a total foodie. If you notice, I have no problem staying in shape, that shape being round. So a few of the recipes, it would probably take way more time than I have to discuss. But if you watch the episodes, you're going to see, especially this coming season, you're going to see a lot of Sulia Childs. You're going to see a lot of old school stuff. I believe in spices. I believe in making use of everything. So whether it be homemade bread or whether it's cour à la crème, I love to cook. I love to bake, and I love to eat.
Carla, I think this is where me and Sue differ. For the first time in this interview, I have been like, oh, damn. I am not good at cooking or recipes, but I will tell you my favorite foods are simple ones. And I also am like a big baby when it comes to spices. So a lot of meat with salt, which it doesn't sound exciting to a lot of people, but traditional food, my favorites are like heart and kidney, ribs, and those are often just boiled up best, added with a little bit of salt. But I am very open to recipes with wild food. I just haven't ventured into that area yet. I think probably I had two instances where I thought this is a situation that could end up very badly. The first one, I was out on the dogs, out past It's Okay, and I was probably a good 50 to 60 kilometers from town, just me and the dogs, and I ended up being followed by one wolf across a small lake, which turned into a portage. The wolf disappeared, went to the next lake, and there was four, and they were following me. And I think that is one of the times that I have been the most scared up until that point in my life. Wolves don't normally attack people, but I'm also running 12 dogs to their territory. And I really didn't think that they liked me being there. They watched me and followed me for a long ways. And I don't think I've tried to make those dogs run faster. I got back to town and I was shaking. I was so afraid that they were still following me. They followed me over 20 kilometers. So I was scared, but I was scared for a really long time. And they would kind of disappear and come back and disappear and come back. And so I was constantly like looking to try to find out where they were. And yeah, that was pretty scary. The other one is I was recently at our house in Prelude. My 2-year-old at the time, she was 2 then, pointed out that there was a bear probably 40 feet from us, and I hadn't even seen it. She said, "Mommy, look, a sauce," which is bear in her language. Calm as could be, and I looked up, and there is a bear standing, looking at us about, 40 to 50 feet away. And so to me, it was me, my daughter, and the bear was, I would have to run kind of past the bear, or we shouldn't run, walk past the bear to get to my daughter, to get her to where there was a gunner inside. So that's another situation where I did fear for both me and her. And luckily the bear didn't do much. I think the dogs deterred it enough that it didn't approach any further, but I went to her, gone inside, got the gun, got Denna, and he went out and scared it away. But those are the 2 times I think that I was fearful, the most fearful I've ever been.
I do take vacations here and there. The world, I think of myself sort of like the eternal 5-year-old, kindergartner. Why would I graduate kindergarten? I get snacks and naps. What's not to love? The world is a big place. How am I going to know exactly where I'm going to end up when I grow up if I don't sample the wares? When I decide to go somewhere, you've seen my nephew, Jesse. He can watch the place. I've got different family members I can draw on. So I prefer to have a family member come up and watch the camp. In the past, I've had to go have surgery and I've left it alone, but people have come in and taken things. They've taken my fuel, they've taken things. So as unlikely as you would think that would be, this being so far out, it has happened. So that's who I have watch it. And this summer, I'm going to take a month off and I'm going to go. I like to put my name into everything I do. I don't know why. I think it's hilarious, but I'm going to take a sabbatical for a month and I'm going to go to Africa. So I'm going to have my brother-in-law and another family member come out. And for the month of July, they're going to watch the camp and I'm going to go to Africa and pet wild elephants and see things that I only saw on television as a child. It's my gift. I'm taking something off the bucket list. But July is the month where it's the least bugs there. So I'm going to try and do it. I am a coffee lover and I don't limit or count the amount of coffees that I have in a day. I just don't. I have as many as I feel I need. Sometimes that is, how many pots a day do I want? I like coffee, the stronger, the better. If it reaches out, slaps me around and forces me to drink, we're pals. I have every coffee maker known to man, whether it be a French press, the cones, instant, everything you can imagine. Percolators, stuff that goes on a campfire. I don't care. I will use a sock if I have to. And that's one of the things people will say, can I send you something? What do you want? And one of the most treasured things people can send me is a coffee or a tea, whatever their favorite form of, hey, I'm going to relax and chill for a minute. Send that to me and a little fridge magnet or picture, and I put it up and then I sit and it's like having a moment with that person. But I never count the amount of cups that I have. I just have what I need.
I'm slightly embarrassed after Sue's answer to say that I never drank coffee until I came to the north. So I didn't drink coffee until I was 22. And even now, I mean, northerners like chew their coffee. It's so dark. Like, it's insanely strong coffee up here. And it's either super strong black coffee or tea. I've gotten on board with red rose with tea. I can do that. But I am totally a creamer person. Like, I'm almost embarrassed to say it. I love creamer. If I have creamer, I could drink 5, 6 cups a day. But yeah, as long as it's strong and has creamer in it of some sort, I'm good. but I was late starting on the coffee. So it's I'm not too picky
And
on what kind it is because the creamer makes it all taste the same anyways.
I can tell you, as a remote person, I don't know about how you get your supplies in, but one of the things I learned, because everything is flown in, everything is done according to weight. There are only a couple of powdered creamers that will turn into whipping cream.
Oh.
Yeah, there's only a
Oh.
couple of them that'll do that. So for me, that was like, oh, it was a treasured thing. My grandkids would visit, and so I no longer had to import the liquid stuff, which weighs so much more, and
Yeah.
then you have to use up your fridge space. Yeah,
Yeah. You're gonna have to tell me what kind that is.
yeah. Well, that would be simple. I mean, there's no one answer. It's like that one movie. I found the answer. Um, why fall in love? Why live in a city? Somebody had said, oh, it's the juice, it's the rush, when you find the round hole that your square peg fits, that's why. When you find the weird that your weird fits, that's why.
I agree. That's a hard question to answer because my first thought is why not? Why wouldn't I? When you're in a place, that, like Sue's saying that, your round peg fits in that square hole, it's like you just feel it and it's there. And so that little bit of happiness, whatever it is, that magic of that place is something that you don't get anywhere else. And you can feel it when you leave and you feel it come back when you get home. And so it kind of just draws you in. So to me, it's like, why not? Why would I leave when everything here makes me so happy?
It's a place where my soul fits my skin suit.
Mhm.
Well, Becky, is so nice to meet, and we will have to figure out how to get it together and get you guys out here to visit.
Actually, I'm so happy. Thank you so much for talking to me. That's wild.